Welcome back to Sword of the Month Club. I'm your host, Justin, and today I'm really excited that you've joined us as we continue to test cut with Commander. Who is Commander? I'm really glad that you asked. Commander is the February 2026 Sword of the Month, and is the Surudoi Katana from Romance of Men, which was generously provided to us for our review. If you haven't seen last week's video featuring our first test cuts, or the unboxing video, those links are in the description. Before we get into this week's test cutting footage, let's talk about how Commander performed during our first week of cutting. Everything is still locked in tight, and while last week we didn't get into anything fancy, just some water bottles, it is worth mentioning a few things that we noticed during our first week of use. There has been no changes in the retention in the saya, unlike what we saw with our last Romance of Men katana, the Dorogan Soru. This is good because the retention is great as is. Additionally, I'd like to point out that after use during our first week of test cuts, we found that everywhere our hands came in contact with the brass fittings, they were tarnished. It's super not a big deal because despite having tarnished fingers, I will always prefer brass fittings. Now, let's talk about today's targets. Unfortunately today, we have some more relatively basic cutting targets. We've added a few more water bottles, but we've also added some foam pool noodles to the mix to round things out. So for our final week, we should be adding some heavier targets. Let's do it! Commander is practically a lightsaber. Getting clean cuts is trivial with Commander on these types of targets, and our Ito is still super tight and even. There's no blemishes at all on this beautiful through-hardened blade, and I'm really struggling to arrive at some negatives. This is really great news because next week we're going to be diving into the nitty-gritty to give our Romance of Men Surudoi Katana a full and complete review based on a full month of use. So be sure that you stab those like and subscribe buttons, and stay sharp out there.